as well. The AI picks up, and my channel gets flagged and stopped and pissed about all the time for the things I say.
What a joke. It really is.
Well, bro, I'm a weapon in my country to my system and government. I'm a terrorist.
No,
Because
and I fully believe that they feel that about you because, like I said, I've never seen anyone get striked like you get striked.
Yeah, because I don't conform, I don't consent, I don't acquiesce. I know their rules, I know their bullshit, I know their language, and I can repel them instantly, and they hate
Right.
it. And dispel them, repel them, repeal,
Repealed.
not appeal. To appeal, well, you know they say, oh, you can go through the appeal process. Have you heard that?
Yes.
So when you look at the word appeal in the dictionary, what does it mean?
Isn't it like a appeal would be to challenge?
Appeal is to beg.
Is to beg?
You're begging.
Really?
So, and then yes. And
Hey,
so,
Lacey.
hey, Lacey. And so if I get you on the floor and the ref counts to 3, you know, as a wrestler, I've had you in a submission, yes?
Yeah.
And if I beat you, I've made you submit, yes?
Yeah. Yes.
And so under the legal system, when they have you go through the appeal process, begging, they will have you submit some paperwork. So you're already under submission, begging. And then you wonder why you don't get no recourse.
That makes sense. It really does. Man, I love how you are able to, translate words so well. It's very impressive to me, honestly.
And that's why legal looks and sounds like English. It disguises itself, it blends in. And it by language. And it states, you know, the Bible's in every court. And it clearly states in there, my people suffer for the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
And when you go in there and they say to you, swear your hand on this book, it's the first thing they'll ask you to do, you know?
Yeah.
And it's clearly written in there, swear not your hand by this book, nor by my name.
Yep.
Let your
And that's
yea be
another
yea
thing I
and
hate
nay
too.
be
You
nay.
swear on the Bible, like you're not to use the Lord's name in vain, which is swearing. So I would not want to swear onto the Bible.
So
I will
not
tell
to
you that
use the
I will
Lord's
tell you I'm
name
telling
in
the
vain.
truth, but I don't need to swear to the Bible about it.
There you go. You've just hit the nail on the head. So when you hear defamation of character, which is what you are due compensation for, it's because they have used the Lord's name in vain. They have brought your name into disrepute.
Yeah.
If you are going to go by the Bible that's in their court, you, Zach, the man living flesh and blood, in this Christian landmass, have a Christian holy calling of Zach, even commonly known to your friends and family as Zach. Your Mr. Co-walk is a public entity, a business like McDonald's or Burger King. It's just an entity. And this is what's going on here. We're beguiled by language. We don't know what's been said to us.
Why are you home so late? Oh, about what? Look at the dog jumping in the background. I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah.
Wifey just got home.
This
is what happens when she gets home. We get to hear madness.
They know. My little Mo goes mad when my family comes home.
Yeah. It's like I tell the wife too all the time. I'm like, man, I wish the dogs would, be that happy when I got home.
They know the different capacity.
They know who the alpha is and who they listen to, so they refrain themselves. And mommy is the caregiver. She gives the care, and I give
discipline.
Direction.
You give discipline. She gives all the kisses and cuddles. That's right. We've switched sides, have we? Oh, I'm unaware. I thought we were still the same side. Allegedly, we've switched sides, Zach.
Did we? So I'm on the right side now, and Andy's on the left.
It says to me that you're there.
Yeah, and it says to me that you're there. Well, for advice for that, be your own person. You should never follow anyone's footsteps other than
Your
following
own.
a good living human being's footsteps and just make the right choices, but make your own way. Be the best person you can be for yourself. Don't follow, lead. That's the best advice I suppose I could give you, Lucky.
All is within.
Yeah, YouTube does some weird stuff. Like I was literally just on my live, and then all of a sudden the volume of Andy's voice dropped, and I could hear myself echoing through my phone. And I was like, so we just ended the live and started again.
No, it cut us off, and it said we'd restarted. My counter started counting again.
Mine does that once it hits 2 hours. Does yours do that?
I've no idea.
I was gonna say every time mine hits 2 hours, it says rejoining. It'll give me the spinny circle, and then it'll say rejoining, and it'll start my time over. But if once I go back to that, like even if say we were live for 4 hours, and it shows me that I'm live for 2 hours, whatever on this section. Now when I go back into edit and everything, it gives me the full 4 hours. So I'm not sure why it does that, and I've had other people say that it doesn't do that for them. I mean, I'm not sure why it does it, honestly, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. We're not to understand everything.
Here, hold on. I'm going to get your pinned message back up there.
Only to defend ourselves.
There we go. And I'll probably just I don't know, we could right. It's so funny reading pinned message in the pinned message.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's a little awkward. Like even when I was typing it, I'm like, all right, I'm making a pinned.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because a lot of chats that I go in, they always ask, can someone please type in 18 plus chat or 21 plus chat? And I've always thought to myself, I'd love to be called pinned message because it's a pinned message. Be over 21 or the pinned message are going to throw you out.
Oh, there it is. Here, well, we could probably take requests for music. What do you want to hear, Andy?
Oh, brother, I'm easy. Hey, Princess, good to see you, girl. Thanks for coming on by.
Hey, Justice.
I hope Little Man's is good.
Get what?
I'm speaking to legendary Princess. I'm just saying, I hope her little man is good. I've not seen him for a minute, I've been otherwise preoccupied. Little man, I'm selective. I won't say his name up in here. I know she does and whatever, but it's children, isn't it? I'm very careful, And I always just say, give my love to little man. She's only got one little man, and so if she wants to say his name, that's fine. That's her prerogative. She's his mum, but I've got no business up in here broadcasting his name.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The two guard. This one is actually it's longer right now. I got to drop it down, but two guard is what I use. Yes. The only reason it's not dropped down is because the side hair. If I drop my facial hair down, my side hair needs to be brought down with it. So that's the only reason.
It all sounds like too much work for me.
Well, you cleaned up that one day, and it was so funny because you had your beard, And then
Oh,
I
damn,
popped
yeah.
in your live. You popped in your live, and your beard was gone. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hey, Nikki.
Hello.
You
With
okay?
the little wiener.
Little
He's our little
Ewok.
wiener. Little Ewok, yeah.
He went in the town. He's wearing Zach's hat.
Wearing my hat. She's good. She's good, Justice. She's good. She just got home from work. There's the other little Ewok, the fluffy head
Well, she's
Ewok.
not really Ewok.
No, she's just a little. She's the mini fox
Uh-huh.
with the short nose, right? She's my little princess.
Mine.
Mm-hmm. Good old Milwaukee
God.
hat. These
Oh,
workskin
God.
hats, man, these things are so nice. These things, I love them. There's little Mo back there sleeping.
Just behind me. Well, she's always just behind me somewhere.
Yeah, she does look like a little Ewok. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you said Dylan was coming to Wisconsin because his father lives over here. Whereabouts in Wisconsin? Well, actually, don't divulge that. I don't want anyone knowing where your kid is at. Don't divulge that. If you'd like to message me, you could do that otherwise. But don't say it in my chat, please.
Yeah.
Two cats and a ferret. I love ferrets. If ferrets didn't smell so bad, I'd love to have a ferret. Yeah, they've got that scent to them. But they are such cool little creatures. I love weasels. Or they've got those that I can't remember its technical name, but the finger weasel. I can't remember.
Changed their recipe.
Oh, are they new? Like, how fresh are they? Is what I'm getting at. Are they cold or could they be
They're
warm?
from like 5.
Oh, well, then they should probably be warmed up a little bit. I can warm them up here in a little bit, love. Thank you. Did you? Never mind. I answered my own question by looking. That's all right, Justice. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I wouldn't want that in my chat anyway.
Oh.
They can find you at Prince George's County, Maryland. Everyone knows where I am because anyone who goes into Matt's chat, I mean, he tells them right where I am, which I would tell them too. I mean, I'm not hiding from anyone. If you want to come pull up, pull up. Yeah, I know. The wifey and I will be going to. Well, so long as I'm still able to, we'll be going to Tom's on the 4th, and
That'd be awesome.
Day, and he was showing the camper. He told us, he's like, it's your guys' if you want. I just have to ask Tom if it's okay that we bring our dogs, because if we can't have our dogs there, then it's gonna kind of put a hindrance on things because they go with us when we travel.
They're on bite.
Wifey brought me home some cheese curds. Look at these things. Do you have cheese curds over there? I know he's not looking. Andy.
Sorry, bro.
Cheese curds? Oh,
okay. One for the dog.
No, that one landed on the table. I don't share that.
Save.
Table save. Are they? Do you like them or no?
I like these better.
You do? Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of places don't have cheese curds. It's a Wisconsin thing. I mean, we are the cheese state, so.
Personally, I wouldn't eat them, but each
What?
to our own.
What?
Because I can feel them clogging me up just looking at them.
See, and I've had people tell me that too. Oh, cheese backs me up, dude. I can eat a full pound of cheese, and have perfectly normal bowel movements.
Oh, it's nothing to do with bowel movements, brother. But up in time, we only suffer two things in our body. We suffer either inflammation or mucus. That's it. Like a symptom of inflammation can be the big C. It can be all sorts of things. And a symptom of mucus can be anything from like a cold to flu to anything like that. And the only
Just
one way that mucus builds up in the body is through dairy products.
yeah, that's true. But I
And
mean,
so
as
if we
far
cut,
as dairy
you know,
products go, though,
if we manage what we're eating in that realm, you know, I like yogurt, and so because I like yogurt, I'll have that as a dairy, but I won't eat the cheese as well because it's too much. It really
okay,
is too much, you know. And so because yogurt also is a positive fat, if you want to add other things in there like turmeric and things, you do these smoothies and super juices and all these things.
yeah,
It's all well and good doing that, and then you're going to go and tarnish yourself by having those other things.
I
So
love
it's a bit
extra
of a
dark pepper.
yeah.
So
I hear
good.
you, but all in moderation, though, isn't it, bro? You know, it's
See, and I don't, as far as dairy goes, like I don't drink milk. I used to drink a lot of milk because it helped me with my heartburn, but now for some odd reason it gives me heartburn, which sucks. But
yeah,
I know milk is not good for you. It's good for you for nutrients when you're young, but that's
no,
why once
yes,
once
it's good for you.
you eat
It's
dairy,
good. It's good for your nutrients if you're young. If you're a cow,
if you're a cow,
well, yeah.
I feel you. I feel
Are
you.
you, are you bovine?
I mean, maybe
You
I
hear
got
me?
no, I got colored spots on me. Maybe
Yeah. We're led to believe that it's good for us. If we didn't think it was fucking good for us, how are they going to sell it to us?
right, right. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
So what's wrong with hemp milk? You know, back in the day when we used to have hemp seed, hemp milk, and we'd make everything from hemp,
Yeah,
and you know, things was a lot different than what they are now.
yeah,
These dairy herds and these dairy cattle, they're a man-made thing. They're not of God.
right,
These Frisian cows and stuff, they're hybrid,
right.
like broccoli.
Agree with that. And they're fed to mass produce. Like
Well,
that's
yeah, they're artificially inseminated so they remain pregnant and stuff. So yeah, so the titties are always full, you know,
yep.
and all that sort of barbaric stuff. For what? What goodness do we get from it? It's not like we get the colostrum and all the goodness that we get from the titty as a baby.
What's
So you
happening here?
can't say that as a youngster that's all good for us because it
Well,
isn't.
well,
It's pasteurised and sterilised and fucked around with, isn't it?
Working on it.
oh, sorry, just a second. The wifey's got to grab some stuff out here, and I was in the way because I have those inflatable kayaks sitting here. I couldn't back out of the way.
I've got an inflatable kayak as well, a 3-man one. It's awesome. I love it. Me and my sons go out on it.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you see that I got? My mom got them for me for Christmas. Here, I can show you real quick. We just got them recently because they were a lot to ship, but we got these guys here. Oh, that's not the one. Here. There we go. It's upside down, but we got that one.
Oh, I know the ones. Yeah, they're awesome. They're pretty similar to what we got.
Yeah, no, I was super stoked about that because, the fishing that I do, and I have two boats. I have one small aluminum boat, and then I have a fiberglass boat. But my fiberglass boat I'm actually selling because me and my best friend use his. So there's no point in having it really. But,
Okay.
just to go out into little waterways, I think those are going to be ideal. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's what's
Look at
up.
Mo. Look at
Yeah, I was
Mo on
going
my
to say
lap.
little bones sitting there riding along. Hell yeah. She looks so happy too.
There's nowhere I go and my dog doesn't come with me. I love
And
my dog.
that's why I said too, like with going to Tom's, I don't know if you'd heard me say that, but if the dogs can't go, which I mean, I feel like does he have any dogs? I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does.
I was gonna say our dogs are very, like Beta, he's super, super obedient for being a husky. And the girls don't ever really stray very far from us no matter where we are, so and
Mhm.
and they're not messy animals either. It's not like they're gonna pee and poo all over his stuff or anything like that. So
No, they'll be fine, man. Just check it with him firsthand. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I absolutely will. And I got him on Discord now, so I can definitely ask him. I just got to get to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I mean, he's
Eh,
seen the animals too, so he knows we've got him.
In my
What a
truck.
sweetheart. What a little sweetheart she is. And I love your pup. I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait for our dogs to meet her too. Is she good with other dogs?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say because Beta, he goes to the park all the time. He is very good with other dogs, and the girls, honestly, they probably won't care to meet her, but that's because they're picky with everything.
Okay.
Like
see,
they're
the
big, and
sort of truck,
something runs up to them, and then they're
the,
scared.
the truck I drive at work, I drive around the city and I put dumpsters out on the road, and they all get filled up with bricks and rubble, and builders use them and stuff. And I'll go and collect them in my truck and bring them back to our yard and tip them on the floor, and people go through it and recycle it, get the bricks and the wood and the plastic and the cardboard and separate it and recycle
Yep.
everything. And here's, I don't know if you can see my rear jack leg, how close I am to the car.
Oh yeah, right next to it.
You can see that. And then when
Yeah.
I zoom it back in, you can see the dumpster on there that's absolutely full of all of the bricks and
Oh
the
yeah.
rubble. I mean, that thing weighs 9 ton and it's swinging off the back of there. How close to that car? Look, that's the type of job that I do.
Nice, nice.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, Black Mo is a girl. Mo is a little girl. Just so,
yeah.
just so you're aware. Said look at him, but I'm just.
There's a little car that I built for my daughter when she was 7.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
But
Is it a little gas power too?
yeah, I put a Honda engine in there.
That's awesome.
It's down my workshop right now.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
See the steering wheel? I welded the steering wheel
nice.
from a bicycle lock.
That's so awesome.
Put a Honda engine in the back. See the flip paint? It's purple. It's Cadbury purple and electric blue. See it flipping the colour?
Yes. Yeah. No, that looks awesome.
Yeah. And that's it. When she won the show. That's
Long time no see, brother. How you doing?
So that's in the American Auto Classic magazine. It's a worldwide magazine, and we won in England. Actually, we won the best hot rod at the show.
That's
That's my
cool.
daughter in. When she was 7. I built this for her 7th birthday and took her to this show in it. Yeah, and this Sunday. What day is it today? Saturday. On Sunday. She's 21.
Oh, awesome. Well, happy early birthday. You'll have to let her know that me and the family wished her a happy birthday.
Oh, Longbeard's here. Good to see you, Longbeard.
Yeah, he's got to take.
Longbeard.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Longbeard, my new channel is in the message. Look at pinned message. If you type at pinned message, it's me, bro.
He's got his
Yes.
car in there.
Yes, C6. Ten
Mr.
years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the real Longbeard as well, because there was ones duplicating his channel. They
Really?
took a picture. Yeah, they took a picture of his car and fucking took his name and all that business. But it's him because it's a 10-year channel. That's definitely him, the grumpy old bugger. Good to see him.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I normally am pretty good about picking his out, especially because we say certain things to each other that would, if he weren't to say something like something about being gay or tickle, it's not Longbeard.
That's right. Yeah. He normally comes straight into mine and says, "What's up, wanker?" And that's how I know it's him.
Yep.
Look at these guys. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's him
Yep.
all
See,
over.
that's how I knew it was him.
Brilliant.
And then the first thing he put out was a rainbow, and then he said, "Look at these gays."
Yeah, he stands under that flag. He's got it up in his backyard. He can see it when he goes swimming.
You know it. Well, he's dressed in his speedo that's all rainbowed out too, with his beard
Yeah.
tucked into it.
In his speedos with the S missing.
Chilling in his pedo.
Oh, Longbeard, you are funny.
He is. He's a riot. Yeah, I have his his contact outside of this as well, because like I said, I mean, I'll give my stuff out to anyone who really asks, but like me and C6 found out real quick that some people are just, they're a little off, you know, and I had a contact that made some outlandish statements on something that was completely incorrect on his side and his thoughts of what was happening. And it's just like, he's like, well, you guys were talking bad about, it's like, dude, nobody was talking bad about you. I was trying to, you know, I was trying to explain why you say some of the things you say. And if you take it the wrong way, then obviously we don't need to be friends. It's just that easy.
Mhm.
Because that's the last thing I do. I don't talk bad about anyone unless you give me a reason to talk bad, which then again, I still wouldn't talk bad. I would just keep my thoughts to myself on that opinion, because it's not my place to badmouth anyone. Yeah. Yeah, no, and it was sad. It really was sad, because, you know, it was completely taken out of context, and it just showed the mentality level of that person, which it sucks. I mean, I felt bad that he felt bad that he felt that way about it, but it is what it is. It just showed his true colors, and that's fine. I don't need that negativity in my life, and no one really does.
It says more about them than you exactly, you know. And if you can't talk about it as a grown ass man, then you can't move forward. You know, you're going to stay stagnant. How do you ever grow? How would you ever
Right.
grow if you can't fucking accept yourself?
Right. And that's I think a firm belief of what it was, is he was very upset with his life and himself, that he just wanted to try to project that onto other people, and it just, you know, it came off as disrespectful to me, to other people, but that was his mindset, and that's fine. If that's the way you want to
See,
live your life, then live your life that way, but we don't need it.
see? And it's a shame as well, because I can tell you how I feel about you, how I feel about me, how I feel about the world, all them types of things, and now it's okay. But a few years back when I was younger, I found that very, very difficult to put it into words, you know, and it's difficult sometimes to express a certain things, and it does make you act away. But we do need all help sometimes with our own inner selves, and we have to own up to ourselves first and foremost,
Yeah.
accept what is. And if we don't like what is, make change, be the
Yep.
change you wish to see. And, you know, I
Be the
can sit here
best
and
self you
project
can.
all,
You got
I
one
can
life.
project all of my shit onto you today, but I've learned it doesn't get us nowhere. And I'd much rather talk to you and tell you that I'm having a shit day today and the reasons behind it,
Yep.
rather than trying to find fault in you and offload all of my shit onto you as a result of me finding fault in you without you
Right.
actually doing a wrong.
That I agree with that 100%. Yes, 100% black. That's well put. Yes, people want to instantly throw up that shield and get defensive over something. It's like,
Yeah.
well, why wouldn't you want to? You know, I mean, if you think I'm wrong in the way I'm thinking, then explain to me why I'm wrong, and I can accept being wrong. That's not even a
Mhm.
problem for me.
And
But
that's
for
the
you to
thing,
just
you see.
pass the
That's the,
judgment like, well, you're a bad person for this, like, all right, man. Well, if that's how you feel, then go work on yourself, because there's issues
exactly.
there. I mean, I would
They're
never bet
combative because they're coming at you from a place of defense, and most of the time, when you're in that state of defense, you're offensive yourself, and
yes,
you and then you become to a state of demanding respect while completely disrespecting everything and everyone around yourself.
yes, yeah, and then you tell everyone that they should respect you, and it's like, well, if you don't give any respect, how do you expect to get any? I mean, and even on probation, because I had to fill out things, and my probation officer asked me, she goes, so why do you believe you deserve respect? I said, because I respect everyone, and I'm very conscious of, you know, you give and you receive. Well, if I give you respect, I should receive the same back. I don't think I deserve respect, but if I give it to you, then you should give me the same in return. And she's like, "Oh, so you think you deserve things?" I'm like, "Yeah, there you go. Twist my words. Do what you want." And that's what
So,
she's so
you
bad
see,
with.
right up in there, you see that's where you need to stay calm, bro, and say, and you need. I'm gonna teach you how to answer a question with a question. And when she says to you, you know, or so you expect, or those along those lines, say, well, I don't expect disrespect. You know, I don't expect respect. I don't come in here expecting respect, but I certainly don't expect disrespect because
Right.
I don't disrespect you.
Right.
That's how you switch it around with language.
Yep. And I,
You know,
I fully understand what you're saying with that. And that's kind of how I have to treat things with her, because she does do nothing but disrespect me. And you know,
so
she
when you
tried.
say deserve, when she use, that's a huge word when she use, because that's a key word for them. Deserve. Of course, you're deserved of respect. Ask her, if I'm not deserved of respect, would that mean that I'm deserved of disrespect?
Right.
You know, where's the equity?
Right.
If I'm being disrespectful, of course I deserve disrespect. However, I've disrespected nobody.
Right.
That renders me deserved of only respect. Should I be disrespected? That's fine. However, it's undeserved.
Respectfully disagree. Absolutely. And like that's like saying with all due respect and then saying something super disrespectful. You know, like kind of seems like an oxymoron, if you will.
That's how you just spin it back. Because and another way to hit them people back is ask them the question: do my rights end where your rights start?
Right. Right. Yeah. No, and I've heard that a lot watching the what are they called? The audit people, you know, like, oh, I'm sorry that those people feel that way, but that doesn't trump the fact that it's my right to do what I'm doing.
You know, have you broken the law?
You're freeze framing on me over there. Oh, I think you're back. Oh, nope, you froze again.
I'm not sure why.
There you're back.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm glitching. I'm a robot.
I'm a robot. I'm AI. I'm not even a real person. Y'all got tricked.
I am just a pinned message.
I'm a pinned message, y'all. Chill out.
I am just a pinned message. Please leave your message after the beep.
Absolutely, Justice, and that's why I love. That's why Andy is one of my favorite streamers, because I learn something every time that Andy is live. It doesn't matter, even if we're all talking shit in the chat. I still learn something through some sort of knowledge that Andy has that's very based. Everything he says is very based and accurate, and that's why I love joining his lives, which is a big part of the reason to why I'm making sure that he can go back live, because I look forward to when the Andy goes live, because it's always a good time.
Thank
And
you very much, brother.
he's not on here trying to expand his channel. He's on here just trying to meet good people and help people through tough times, which is what my channel's all about.
Look, they're always next to my feet, brother. Look, what's this? That's right. You know, the KJV. This is what they use in court. You know,
Okay.
this,
Yep.
and that's what's taken from the KJV.
Okay.
So, what they don't want you to know, I know as well. And knowledge is power. When you have that, when you can recite that and you can just pull it any moment, when I'm talking to you guys up in here, I'm talking Proverbs, I'm talking Ecclesiastes, I'm talking Romans, Genesis, you know, but I just don't let on. I don't quote, you know, chapter and verse. I'm not a Bible basher. I'm not
Right.
religious. But do I have faith? You better believe it. Can you put your faith in me to be there for you, brother? You fucking better believe it. You know, I just like to know the legal Roman construct that's built around us.
Yep.
This is what I was going to think. This is what I was leading to earlier. Your holy given Christian calling, Zach, is exactly that. It's a Christian holy given calling. You have then been named by the current Roman emperor or the Pope, and your family name, your second name, co-walk on your birth certificate is uppercased.
Yep.
So when we look at the Oxford English Dictionary, which is what our courts run on,
Yep.
the same as that they run this book,
Yep.
And the Oxford English Dictionary to complement it. I've got it downstairs. And when we look in the Oxford English Dictionary, there is no uppercase writing. Hey, beautiful. Here she is. There is no uppercase writing in the Oxford English Dictionary.
I love
And
seeing
so-
your smile on your face every time she pops in chat, just so you're aware of that. That makes me so happy.
It's because she's beautiful, ain't she? Anyway, and so in here, this tells us, like I told you earlier, read out chapter of James 2:9. God is not a respecter of persons. A person is written in uppercase. There is no uppercase letters in the Oxford English Dictionary.
Yep.
It's Chicago Styles Glossa, legalese, sign language. It's for deaf and dumb people that can't speak for themselves.
Yep.
Now then, why do you think in here there's such a thing as Lord God? Lord God is a split title, like
Yep.
Zach Cowalk. Lord God, capital L, lowercase ORD, capital G, capital O, capital D.
Yep.
The same as how it's written on your birth certificate, lowercase Zach will be a capital Z, and all
Yep.
the rest is lowercase.
Yep.
Because they've bastardized your name. And that's what this book is showing you. It's split title. God is not a respecter of persons. All of the legislative rules of a government pertain to a person, not a man, not Zach. Zach isn't in the legislative rules. They can't legislate against you, the man Zach. You're not in the writing. You're
Yep.
not in here either. For that reason.
Yep.
Know it. That's how we defend ourselves against them. They are coming for your public entity, not you, the man. Split title. The birth
Yep.
certificate is split title.
Yep. I agree with that. That was very well put.
I've got my birth certificate here, brother. This is British Crown paper. It's watermarked. It's legal tender. You can be able to see the. I don't know if you can see any because the light is night time. But it's watermarked. And
I think
it states at the bottom. Warning. Certificate is not evidence of identity.
Okay.
So when I apply for a passport or a driving license or anything of the sort, why do they ask for a birth certificate if it's not evidence of my identity? For the reasons I've just told you, because they've taken my family name. I'm not going to show you on here. I'll show you on Discord, but they have uppercased my family name. There is no uppercase in English language. This is a corporate fiction, a person, an entity.
Yep.
My government want me to stand up and act in personam as a person, as an actor. Well, it's like donning on a legal jacket. I can't take it off once I've acquiesced and said, yes, I'm a piece of paper.
Yep.
That's why everything's clerical. That's why paperwork precedes man.
Yep.
It's evidential. It's fact.
Yep.
So if you put an affidavit of truth and they don't rebuke you, it's called tacit acquiescence. Acquiescence means they have accepted in silence, because in the legal land, silence is acquiescence. They haven't rebuked you. You then bring them to court because they have tacitly acquiesced to your claim. They cannot rebuke you. And that's what an affidavit of truth does. It's very powerful. And that's how you will get back your compensation.
Okay. Welcome back, Kita. Oh, and I think Nikki wanted you to check Discord. She put Discord
I'm just trying to check it now, bro, but it's on my same phone that I'm on here with.
Well, even if you black out for a minute, you're good, brother. Yes, Kita. Yeah, we were on the constructs of the Bible, basically, is what we were talking about. You bet, Justice. And that's why, like, I'm always willing to dual chats with Andy, because just the knowledge that he carries and the words that he knows how to use and knows how to manipulate into the proper terms it's a huge help. That sounds horrific, Kita.
Sorry about that, brother. I'm back. Thank you.
No, you're good. You're good. Kita apparently just stepped on their 3D printer and have a plastic rod embedded in the foot.
Oh,
That's-
Lord.
I don't mean to giggle because that sounds horrific, but I hope you're all right. Jeez, that sounds bad.
Peter says, are we talking legal? We have no obligation to talk legal. I'm not a member of the BAR, and so I have no business talking legal. But what I can do is differentiate legal from English, from Japanese dirty knees, what are these? And I won't be beguiled by language or words. And what furthermore, I'm here so my fellow brethren don't get beguiled by words and dragged into this world of legalities where we don't belong, because we've no obligation being there. You know what? So if I says to you, I've just received, Zach, this summons to court. Oh Lord, I've received this summons. What shall I do? What does that mean to you when I say that?
That you've received a summons?
Yeah.
That means that you've received notifications saying that you are wanted somewhere.
In a court.
Yes.
Okay. So do we know the actual definition of the word summons? If I summons if I summonsed you to my 52nd birthday party, which will be coming up next time, what would that mean?
That means that you are requesting that I come or that I am present.
I am inviting you.
Yes. Yes.
A summons is another word for invitation. They are inviting you aboard their dictatorship. We think a summons, you have to go, you have to be there.
Yeah, and I always thought that too. Like a summons that's you requesting. That's not you. That's not you demanding. You didn't demand that I show up.
Nicole, my baby, get them guns in there.
You leaving, Nicole? Have a great night. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And so does my boy. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Kayla. Not if I never receive a summons.
Exactly. You know, and all too often we have these envelopes.
Have a great night, Nikki. Sleep well.
We receive these correspondence in these envelopes with a window in the envelope, a clear see-through piece of perspex in the envelope. You can see your name and your address through the piece of plastic in the envelope. Do you have them like that, your sides?
The viewing screen, the plastic?
In your mail, yeah.
Yes.
And so it will say, Mr. Z Co-walk.
No,
do you have that?
They will always, it's the full name. They always state full name.
Mr.
Nope, not Mr. Well, I don't think. Does it? Yeah, no, it does not.
You need to start checking these things, because a window on an envelope. If I sent you if we were pen pals,
Yeah.
I wouldn't send you an envelope with a window on it, because
Right.
I wouldn't want anyone to see what's in there. It'd be a full envelope, disclosed. It's private.
Yep.
And so immediately when I get an envelope in my door with a window, it's window shopping. It's like going to town with you're having a look now through the window. It's the same principle, and Like when you get to but these huge superstores and you come outside and you've got the big welcome mats out front and they say entrance.
Right.
Entrance. So they're entrancing you through the window.
Yep.
That they've put your legal fiction name on there, disguised it looking like English, so that then you open that mail and correspond to it.
Yep.
Whereas in actual fact, you've got no business opening that mail because it's not properly addressed to you, the man Zach. It's addressed to a corporate dead entity, a legal fiction. How
Okay.
how on earth can a dead entity open an envelope or live anywhere or reside anywhere or have an address?
Right. If it's a dead
So the
entity,
high-
it can't.
So the highest law of our land is the UPU ruling, the Universal Postal Union ruling. If you tamper with that mail, you will be sent to jail.
Yep.
So you are not legally obliged to open it because it's not correctly addressed to you. Should you open it and then start making joinder and creating contract with these people, that's you donning on that legal jacket. You're accepting the legal fiction as your name.
Yep.
Well, whereas what I teach is it's illegal to accept the legal fiction because it's not your name.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yes, Keita. Yep.
Exactly that, in person, like it used to be in the day, because they'd bring it on a scroll and they would bring it to you in person,
Yep.
hand delivered.
To
That's
know
how
that
court
you
paper.
did-
That's how it's delivered. That's right. You would have a bondsman or somebody of authentication bring it to you, hand delivered.
Yep.
So so you can't give. Oh, sorry, the dog's eating it. The kids put it on the fire by accident. One of these ones.
Right.
No, but they've put that. They call it served. It's service. That they've given you service by putting it in your hand.
Yep. Yep. That makes sense.
So for just and fair service, let's talk about it. It's they haven't ordered us. We consider it to be an order, but it's just a request. And we have to know the distinction between a request and an order.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I go to McDonald's and request something, I may or may not get it. But if I order something, I'm definitely going to get it. But if I get it, I'm definitely going to get it when I order it, but I'm going to have to pay.
Right. In order to
So
receive.
exactly. So I use that same analogy. If you are ordering me to be the legal fiction, if you are ordering me to be Mr. Andrew, no problem. It comes at a price. I want legal compensation because they're drawing me into that commercial world, into the paying world. Don't get business and pleasure mixed up.
Right.
So if I know I'm in your boots and I've done no wrong, and you want me to accept a legal fiction, no problem. What I will do is much like a bricklayer or a carpenter or a plumber will do. I'm going to pass you now a fee schedule of my fees of administration for me accepting the legal fiction. Sometimes depending on what day it is, how I feel and what mood I'm in. Some days I might want $5,000 an hour to be Mr. Andrew in the corporate field. So whatever they're claiming against me would not be worth it because of my administration charges. Everybody has administration charges. All corporations have administration charges. And we have to know that we are the administrator for our corporate fiction. It's a trust. We are to run that trust accordingly. We have to know what trust law is and our position within it. Exactly. You can deny a request, And so if an order is given, an order must be compensated because you are not legally bound unless you have broken the law. Simple.
Right.
So if they want you to don on that legal coat or accept that legal fiction, it comes at a price, brother. And that's what they indoctrinate us to believe something else. So that's why we don't know our own power. We don't know our own value, and we don't know how to stand up for it. We don't know how to impose our power upon them without being struck out.
Right. Yeah.
And it's all by design, because if we all know how to, their wheels of their system would drop off overnight.
You're good, Kayla. It's fine. I have when it comes to me and people streaming, like I have people that trump people. Like it's funny too because when Matt's streaming and I see you go live, Andy, I'll literally, if my wife's here, I'll be like, "Well, you're in chat. I'm going over to Andy's."
You mod there, I'll mod over here.
Yep, and that's it's not even the mod. It's just it's the entirety of watching your streams. I mean, I love Matt. I love his streams as well, but you are more of knowledge and Matt is more of entertainment. You know what I mean? And I'm a knowledge junkie. So for me, I would much prefer to sit in your live and listen to you talk and discuss things with you because I'm gaining knowledge from that. Now, if I'm having a bad day and want entertainment, I'll sit in Matt's live.
Exactly.
But I mean, the only reason I'm normally there is because I'm his main moderator, and he likes me in there.
It's nice to be uplifted. It's nice to have entertainment, because when you come to the realization and start learning proper deep truths of where we are and what's happening around us and stuff like that, and the more that you know, the worse it gets, the more of a burden it is to carry, because
Right.
ignorance is bliss, and that many of the populace go, the sheeple that they call them, go along oblivious to even what's happening. The general populace of this world think they can make a genuine change to the world by voting, and that's what saddens me the most. That's what we need to get out of. Why do we need to be reigned over by another man? It's like
Right.
me coming up in here and telling, right, Zach, I know we're on your channel right now, but I don't like your cap, and I don't like that shirt, certainly, because that shirt hasn't got my name on it. And if you don't do something about that immediately, I'm going to fine you $100.
Right.
And if you
It,
don't,
it makes
and that's
sense.
the rules, I'm afraid. And and if you haven't got the $100 and you can't pay, that's fine. There's no problem with that, because I'm going to come and send my hooligans around and take your motorbike from you. And that's just, I'm afraid, how it goes around here.
Right.
And this is what's happening to us, literally happening to us in our own homes, on our streets, this given day by our own system,
Yep.
literally.
Can't hear Andy. I'm having no issues.
Well, I've got full reception and everything, guys, and it says everything's okay my end. So maybe it's,
Yeah.
yeah. I always get cut out. I told you, my channel gets pissed with when I'm spitting truths, brother. I tell you.
But see, technically we're not on your channel, which is weird. Can you hear me yet, Mike? Yeah, because if they're can't hear Zach, it's going in and out. Is there anyone else in chat? Love, can you pull up? Do you have mine pulled up? Yeah, wife says it's cutting in and out too.
But that'll be because it's from your end then, Zach, because you're streaming, bro.
I've got good reception and everything. Well,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, and you haven't cut out to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you haven't cut out once to me either. Huh. Yeah. Well,
If everyone scrolls out and scrolls back in, sometimes that can make a difference too.
scroll off us and come back in.
And we can do a sound check, 1, 2.
Can you hear us now, love? Or is it
1,
still
2,
cutting?
3, 4.
All right, she says it's good now. So she scanned out of it. If anyone can hear us, scan out of our chat, scan back into it, or scan out of our stream, scan back into it. That seemed to fix
Flick
it
up,
for the one.
flick down, or flick down and flick back up. Flick up, flick down, flick up. Either way around.
Yeah, and like even sometimes too, like when I'm in Matt's streams, like the chat will stop scanning and he'll say something like he'll read something out of chat, and I'm like, where the hell is that? And I'll have to scan out, scan back in, and then all of a sudden it pops up a bunch that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And-
YouTube playing games.
And another thing about YouTube as well is it's happened in the last couple of months. You have to actively press this thing down the bottom left now when you go live to put on all messages. Or
I've always had
when
to
you
do
come
that.
into someone's live now, you either have to click on their name or the three little dots and go down to messages to make sure you're on all messages, because it automatically just puts you on top messages.
In other people's streams too.
Yeah. Every single time. That's
not
a
know that.
default setting now. You have to do it every time you go into someone's chat. You have to press their name, go to messages, and click on all messages, because it just puts you on top messages.
Unreal. It's like they're making it harder and harder for people to use the platform. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, it was initially set up for dating, and now we're all getting together and we're all spreading truths and doing what we're doing with it. They don't like it because we're too powerful together.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But we're supposed to have a freedom of speech and First Amendment rights and all this kind of thing, and we get shut the fuck down. And it goes to show that, I mean, we don't have amendments in this country, and it goes to show in your country what they really stand for as well, because the cops don't even know them.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a huge thing. They don't know the Constitution either.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying by them amendments. And what's if you, it's like a proofreader. If you wrote a book today and you sent it across to me, and I said, well, you're going to have to make a change here and here and here. What's the posh word for that? You're making amendments.
Yep.
So
Yep. Amending it.
your amendments are being amended all the damn time, added to, and it's all done behind closed doors and smoke and mirrors and fuckery and chicanery. You guys don't know it's happening. All these amendments, they don't mean jack shit. They're written by the hand of man.
Right.
Your country is governed by 10 rules.
Supposed to be.
No, it is. But we have to invoke it.
Yes.
That's what you heard of Eagle Nick. Eagle Nick audits. He tries it, But he stands for the Constitution. But he's the wrong jurisdiction of law. You've got to be standing in equity. Equity always prevails. It will flatten any courtroom. I've got evidence in my country, brother. Check me. I can send some links to you when we're off of it. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Okay.
I've had circuit judges run off in this country because they're out of their jurisdiction. And it all comes down to accepting the legal name.
Equity and passive income.
No, listen, and that's what we're taught. If I says to you, "Do you have equity?" What would I be saying to you, bro? In your first, what's your first thought? If I says to you, "Have you got equity?" What would you think?
Property.
Exactly, money.
Yep.
Exactly. That's what I used to think too. And I had a stroke in 2016, and you see, when I come round, I was changed. I
remember.
changed. Yeah, some people can play the piano and speak fluent languages, and all sorts of crazy shit goes on in our fucking neurological system. I come round speaking all fucking legal terms and lawful shit and biblical terms and all sorts of historic fucking old English and Germanic terms, etymology I'm into. And it's been a fucking crazy journey, bro, let me tell you. But the word equity, it still prevails to this day. You've got Google.
Yep.
12 equitable maxims. Type it in, bro. or just put 12 equity maxims. Maxims means rules.
All right. Type in what? 12
12
maximum.
equity No, 12 equity
equity.
maxims. MAXIMS. Maxims.
The 12 maxims of equity are fundamental principles that guide courts in applying equitable remedies and resolving disputes where the law is inadequate. These maxims
Bosh. Right there, bro.
These maxims ensure fairness and justice in situations where strict adherence to legal rules might lead to unjust outcomes.
Now then, if you take them rules into a court where you've had an unjust outcome at common law level, which you have suffered a wrong, you have suffered a tort.
Yes.
Equity, check them, read down and you will see. Equity sees what's done, what ought to be done. Can you see that?
Yes.
Equity does not aid a volunteer. Can you see that?
Equity will not suffer a wrong without a remedy.
Exactly. Equity does not aid a volunteer. Equity acts in personam, meaning, like I was telling you earlier, you have to present yourself at the court. To be represented is to repeat, to do again. They're doing a dead entity trick on you.
Yeah.
He who seeks equity must do equity. You're in equity because you haven't broken the law.
Right.
Bring those maxims in your head, learn them strictly and do them.
I'm going
Bring them to a court and stand on them. You will not lose.
List of maxims. Yeah, no, I'm going to bookmark this right now, actually.
We generate our own money. Yes, we do. We are in the debtor situation. I'm man Andrew, credit my fiction. Like Zach, the man Zach credits his fiction. The debtor, Mr. Co-walk. Nothing is external.
Yeah, no, I bookmarked that. I'm definitely going to read that. Equity regards as done what should have been done.
I just told you that. Sees what's done, what ought to be done. That's what it is.
Yep. Yeah, I'm definitely. Now you got me wanting to learn. Because right here, it's the Wikipedia, so it's got the list of the maxims.
Yes.
Equity will not suffer wrong without a remedy. Equity will not allow a wrongdoer to profit by a wrong. Equity
Right.
does not punish. Equity is a sort of equality. One who seeks equity must do equity.
Yeah.
Delay defects equity, or equity aids the vigilant, not the indolent. I don't even know what that word means.
Not the insolent.
Equity.
It's like
equity acts as a personam. I remember you telling me about that. Equity acts as a personam.
No, equity acts in personam. In other words, you have to be there.
Yep.
Not first person, second person, third person. God is not a respecter of persons, remember. You are there in personam. Different word.
Equity does not require an idle gesture.
Exactly.
He who comes into equity must come with clean hands.
Clean hand doctrine, yes.
Man, I can't wait to read this. Thank you. I appreciate that knowledge right there. Really do. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Black.
I'll tell you a truth, shall I?
Indeed. Please do.
When you go to court and you are represented by one of those purveyors of snake oil that we call a solicitor or a lawyer or a barrister, all of these BAR people.
Yep.
They are absolute fucking low down dirty snakes. They know what's going on. They know what's what. They know we can have redress and remedy ourselves. But if we all knew this stuff, they wouldn't have a job. They wouldn't
Yep.
have a system,
Yep.
you know?
No, 100%.
And this is how it's going
And
on.
that's why, like, you know, and that's what it is too. They use their words and their complicated words to make you feel like you are unable to do this yourself.
Hmm. And when you go in there with that man representing you that you've paid to do, you're paying now for a service.
Yep.
And if you want to type in the 12, there's 12 maxims of equity. There is also, if you want to type it in, the 12 assumptions of a common law court. And the assumptions that are terrible, they automatically assume that you're a dead entity. That's why there's a man there speaking for you, and you are literally seen as a juvenile delinquent. You haven't
Well,
come to aid. You're not a
12
man.
What was that last one, Andy?
The 12 rules common law court, or the 12 assumptions. No, I don't play either. I've already put them all on notice. I've served my notices to my local governors and police and whomever else. I don't get fucked around with. You know, my mailbox has got cobwebs on it. You know what? Because of how much I charge for my administration fees.
The 12 assumptions and presumptions of court.
There you go.
I'm going to bookmark those too.
Read some of them, bro. You're a dead entity. There's no obligation to see nor hear you. You might as well not even be there.
Let's see. Courts are bound to the following decisions. Higher courts in a similar cases helps create a constant and predictable legal system. Judicial development of law. Adversarial system. Jury link. Emphasis in case law. Flexible and adaptive. Clean and certain. While the common law system can be adaptable, it is also aims for a clear and certain legal framework, making it possible for citizens to understand their rights and obligations. Protection of individual rights. Common law system typically include mechanisms to provide individual rights and freedoms such as constitutional guarantees of and judicial review. Rule of law. The principle of the rule of law ensures that everyone, including the government, is subject to the law. Limited government common law system often include principles of limited government restricting the powers of an executive or legislative branches. Individual responsibility. The common law system typically emphasizes individual responsibility for actions and obligations, allowing for a wide range of legal remedies in cases of wrongdoing.
There you go, Bosh. You hear that? So if you've got a probation officer that's been malicious towards you, you can single them out and bring them in for malicious wrongdoing in a public office.
I'm going to.
There you go.
She's already thrown me in jail one time for her incompetence, literally. She put me in jail because she said I'm a felon. I am not a felon, nor have I ever been a felon. And I told her that right to her face, that I'm not a felon. And she just smiled at me and said, I'll have to look into that. And then 4 days later, I got released out of jail.
Well, there you go. And you deserve compensation. And you more than deserve compensation for that. And that's how you go about it, bro. So while you're sitting there thinking, I've got no money, you've got quite a few dollars around you. You just haven't collected yet.
Yep. I agree with that. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna shut us down because I want to read some of this shit. Kayla said I'm feeling lightheaded. I hope it's not from the I hope it's from the conversation and not like you're just not feeling well. Yeah, I literally just want to sit here and read all these.
And you know, it's I can quote all of them straight off to you, Zach, because
I know you could.
this, why though? Because this is how I live my life. I know this stuff because it's how I live it. I find it so easy to talk about and express because it's what I do. I do it. It's first-hand knowledge. This stuff's available to us, bro, but it's obscured. It's
Yeah,
called obfuscation. It's obfuscation.
Black and white, they make you search for it and learn it yourself. When these things should be posted outside of every court. I mean, really, it
Well,
should.
listen. Even if it was, this is in every court. Do we know
Yep.
what's in it? Have we read it?
I have.
You know, my first interaction with this thing was when I was 15 years old, when I was first incarcerated. And you know the first thing I'd done with this when I was 15 years old and I was locked up? I smoked it because it's perfect paper for smoking when you're incarcerated. I had no clue of its power.
Right. That's 100% true. Type 2 diabetic. And I've told everyone this. Well, then, don't you have something to help you with that, Kayla? Well, eat some sugars.
Metamorphine. Is there anything like that? But I feel my sugar levels dropping rapidly. Have a Mars bar. What's my lady up to there, Zach?
She's doing stuff. It's employee appreciation coming up, so she's doing a bunch of stuff over here for her employees.
Arts and craftsy sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Just because
Oh,
she appreciates all the
yeah, yeah.
employees she has. And actually, Andy, I am going to have to end this because my phone is at 5%. My screen just went dark on me and everything. So
Thank you.
I'm going to sign us off here. I love you all. I appreciate everyone who stopped in tonight. Andy, thank you again for being here, and I'm glad we could help you get to that 50. Can't wait to
Thank
see your
you,
ass
brother.
again. And love everyone. Everybody take care. Keep your arms and your heads in the right places. Love you all. Have a great night. Have a good night,
Peace
Andy.
and love
Love.
everybody. Peace and love everybody. Thank you, Zach. God love you, bro.
All right, brother.
See you later.